2021 quickly comes to an end. Many memorable events had occurred in the real world this year. The divorce between Kanye and Kim. JPEG actually worth millions of dollars in NFT. Shit. Now I can finally justify my expenditure on a gacha game to my mom. And finally, One Piece hitting over 1,000 episodes. Oh, and also we're still getting f***ed by COVID. No wonder Mark wanna make Metaverse to escape to. It has been a roller coaster ride for the anime community as well, with multiple delays and hiatus. Winter is almost over. Time for a... No, not you, Santa. Christmas is already over. Also, where have you been the last decade when I have been a good boy and wanted waifu as Christmas gift?
Fight.
Can't believe getting hold by Santa this year again. Damn it. But we're not here to talk about the unemployed Santa. We're here to talk about something afterward. 31st of December, the last year of 2021. I think it is a perfect timing to reflect back what has happened this year in the anime community. Okay, never mind. It looks like Greeks think alike. In exchange, we can jump on a time machine and see what huge event happened in the anime community a decade ago. Time for an anime rewind 2011 edition. And now without further ado, smash my intro. We begin the winter season with an absolute banger. The anime that changed the fate of Shaft. Okay, one off. The anime that popularized the theory of giving a anime a try, aka the 3 episodes rule. Cause you just don't know how the show would turn out. Because this definitely came out of nowhere and changed the direction of the anime. It went from shitty typical Mahou Shoujo to what the fuck just happened? Holy shit. Did they really just kill off one of the main cast for giggle in a kids anime shows? Imagine Rock getting killed in the 10th episode of Pokemon. You'll be like, what the actual fuck? I want whatever they're smoking, mate. Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica was a really good show. In fact, the pioneer that made dark-themed Mahou Shoujo mainstream. This was the predecessor to the high school bullying Magical Girl site and warfare magical spec ops, Asuka. Absolutely worth a shot, and it was an original anime that shocked the community for sure. What made it more legendary was the earthquake that happened in Japan during the air. That delayed the final episode and it created a huge demand, making it one of the best finale of an original anime. You simply could not explain the hype unless you were there to experience it. On the same season, we have our typical harem show, IS, Infinitive Stratus. Fun fact, that was one of the best selling Blu-ray show at the time, selling over 22k when the average Blu-ray sales was 3k and 5k is usually enough for season 2. Imagine a shitty harem show getting 3 to 4 times than your favorite quality show. Those were the glory days of harem anime. IS was a stereotypical, generic harem show that just ticks every single box, where the main protagonist is the only male pirate that can control a unique robot to fight enemy when it's supposed to be a female-only machine. We have our tsundere childhood friends. We also got Chinese and German lolly, French crossdresser, UK tip sipper. Cause that's what UK is known for, isn't it? I low-key had a dream about being like the main protagonist growing up. Those were the horny days. Beelzebub was the shonen of the season. A badass Yankee became a demon prince babysitter, and we had Vanguard to rival the classic car anime Yu-Gi-Oh! We also had Ghostic, a lolly detective show that was pretty damn good, produced by the quality guaranteeing Bone Studio. Oh, can't forget the comedy work of the hiatus king, Togashi Sensei, Level E, a mind-fucked show that should only be consumed when you want to turn your brain off and enjoy pure nonsense. Speaking about comedy, I have to mention my personal favorite anime of the season, Kore wa Zombie desu ka? An absolute comedy banger, underrated as hell. When was the last time you see a magical boy cross-dressing zombie harem main protagonist that uses chainsaw as a final attack? It was so Gintama-esque, pure comedy gold mixed with burning shonen component, sprinkled it with harem elements. The spring season easily beat the previous season with both quality and quantity. We have multiple shonen bangers, Blue Exorcist, aka What Happened When Satan's Child Wanna Be a Good Boy, pure comedy gold, Gintama Season 2, and What Happens When Gordon Ramsay have muscle and be an isekai into a anime. Toriko. Not only is the shonen genre being jam-packed, we have loads of good quality comedy and slice of life anime as well. One of my favorite being Nichijou is too funny, man. All the jokes and punchline are magnified and exaggerated. I'm just gonna shut up and let you experience it. Both the harem and reverse harem genres was busy as ever. Low-key, they had the best opening of the season, straight fires. Looking back, the dark horse of the season was Gyokai Burai Kaiji Hakai Roukenhen, Season 2 of the Kaiji Saga, a must-watch series for people who are into gambling. Actually, scrap that! This anime is perfect for anyone who is into a nail-biting show. Kaiji will literally keep you on the edge of the seat every single episode and force you to drop everything just to binge through the whole show, provided you can overcome the unique / aesthetically unpleasing art. 10 out of 10 for plot, but 6 out of 10 for art. There's two anime that absolutely dominated the season when their last episode was aired. Until this day, I can still vividly remember the plot and how amazing the series was. The first one being aka Anohana. The story centers around a ghost lolly helping a shut-in reunited with his old friendship group and help them to face their pain and guilt that was buried in the past. This grown-ass criminal cried. I was not ready back in the den to handle it. I'm still not ready yet. If you're into getting your emotion like a boy / girl just left you, then this is your perfect recipe for the late night nappy and ice cream emotional roller coaster. Bring your tissue, cause you're gonna need a lot of them. The best anime of spring unquestionably belongs to Steins Gate, a sci-fi time travel masterpiece. The story centers around the invention of a time travel machine from the Chunibyo mad scientist Okabe and the actual genius researcher Kurisu. Steins Gate explores a range of thought-provoking topics, including time travel, its consequences, and butterfly ripple effect. There's simply too many plot twists, insane moments, and character developments in the show for me to point out one by one. This is a fucking masterpiece. 9.9 out of 10 for me. The only downside was the slow start initially for around 7 episodes. But after that, oh boy, this is fucking spectacular. So many YouTubers have already made a review on Steins Gate, so I wouldn't spend much time regurgitating the same. Just go and watch the show. There is a reason why this is the second best anime in myanimelist.net for such a long time. Unfortunately, the summer season was nowhere near as good as the previous 2 seasons. Both quality and quantity of the shows were ass compared to the previous 2. We have the usual slice of life, comedy, shonen, and reverse harem anime. Oh, we also have the blade animation. It was bad. Don't bother with it. Practically all of them were mediocre, nothing special. If I have to pick a favorite anime, it will be season 2 of Bagatsu Test. Really entertaining show, especially during high school time where I was grinding bare hard to improve my grade. It incorporated really interesting concept of using your grade as a battle system in the show, and we have a class battles with academic subjects as well. On the flip side, the fall season was a complete 180 to the summer. It was literally packed with bangers after bangers. There is legit top quality anime for every single genre. You want harem? Here you go, mate, serving top quality fan service every other day. You want a good slice of life to enjoy cute girls doing cute things? 81 Picture got you covered. They were the Tokyo Animation before Tokyo Animation. You want basic shonen to keep your basic mind hyped? Bakuman and Digimon are here for you, mates. You want an old school classic from the early 2000s that hits you with nostalgia? The finale of Shakugan no Shana 3rd is finally here. I was too young to appreciate the Harem Legends, but from everyone I spoke to, this was a well-placed conclusion for the Harem Battle Classic. But there's 4 anime that deserve its own spot in the video. To begin with, we have the edgy, overpowered Revenge Lord. This was my guilty pleasure growing up. I was enjoying the show a lot. Too much looking back at it, in fact. I was legit recreating the sword drawing scene with a random stick I found on the background while jamming to Ego is Opening and Hiroyuki Sawano's legendary music composition. The story centers around an average Japanese high school boy. One day got a special force known as the King's Power. Let me repeat. King's Power. That was essential because that's what got my 14-year-old dumbass into the show, and that was my cup of tea. He then goes on saving cute waifus and defeating evil robots in a cool fashion, but somehow he lost his forces later on. Oh no, my King's Power. Oh wrong show.
Shut up, bitch!
Then Baladin Balaboon, crazy thing happens, and then a disappointing ending occurs and everyone complains about it. Wait, that sounds somewhat familiar. Guilty Crown was an extremely fun show for me. It has awesome animation and banging soundtrack, and most importantly, cute waifu. But the plot could do with some works. Nonetheless, it gave me a hella good viewing experience back in the day. Next, we have the best adaptation of a shonen show by Madhouse, Hunter x Hunter. This anime is so high quality, so much better than all of its competitor. Madhouse truly created a tier that belongs to themselves. Here's where most of the shonen anime adaptation were. And then there's Madhouse. The plot is about Gongon on a journey to become a hunter and find his deadbeat dad. I know this doesn't sound too exciting, but it is all under execution. This show has executed so well. I don't want to spoil anything here because I want you to have the full experience raw. If you really want a review on it, there's so many good YouTube videos on it already. To summarize, it is an absolute must-watch shonen series. For me, this is 9.5 out of 10. The best 148 episodes I have ever watched it. Fucking fantastic. Just go and watch it. The only downside is Hunter x Hunter is created by the hiatus lord Takashi Sensei himself, so you will probably never find out the ending. It will legit give you the worst blue balls ever if you catch up with the manga. If you ask me who were the top waifus of 2011, I couldn't tell you. If you ask me who won the waifu award of the year, yes, that's a fucking award, I couldn't remember. But if you ask me who was the most memorable waifu of 2011, then I can clearly tell you. It was Yuno Gasa. And don't even at me. This scene broke the anime community and manifested a yandere fetish on many audience, including the young white Shataku for a period of time. I can't explain to you why I am so attracted to this scene, but this was hot as hell. Future Diary was the hottest show at the time. 12 candidates were selected in a battle royale, each with a different tool that could predict the future to a certain extent. The plot was fresh and rare at the time, before the battle royale theme was rinsed and repeated to death, making this extremely popular. Plus the opening was just good and Yuno-chan was just so yandere and cute at the same time. Future Diary was one of those shows, looking back, you can find so many plot holes and it felt so cliche. But it was one of those anime, you know you shouldn't enjoy it this much, but you did. Perfect example of a guilty pleasure. Finally, the criminal that began my seasonal anime consumption, a show that got me into Type Moon Multiverse, the series that made Ufotable well known among the community. That anime was Fate Zero. The plot centers around 7 legendary individuals such as King Arthur and Gilgamesh being summoned into the current world to battle as a servant for 7 magicians. The plot was deep and the action scene was spectacular and attention grabbing. I was instantly hooked after watching the battle between Gilgamesh and Berserker.
その小尺な手癖の悪さでもってどこまでしのぎきれるかさあ見せてみよう知れ者が天に仰ぎ見るべきこの俺を同じ大地に立たせるかその不敬は万死に値する
It was the show that reignited my interest in the Fate franchise after watching the Dead Studio Dean Fate Stay Night, and it made me Google every single servants and their backgrounds overnight. It actually made me do more research than my uni application. The ending left a bitter taste in the young YH otaku's mouth and always made me wonder what if Emiya didn't use the last spell. But that is another story for another day. Fate Zero was an amazing show that drew me into the Fate multiverse and a show that I would recommend to anyone even till this day. I hope you guys have enjoyed this slightly different anime rewind. 2021 has been full of ups and downs. Looking back, we have grew a lot. The channel added 2k subs and close to 300k views. Overall, a good year for the channel. Time to step up my game next year and create more entertaining contents. Wish you guys a fantastic year in 2022. You will stay safe and stay blessed. I'm out. Peace.